Hi guys, this is another lecture of macroeconomics. And before we start, just a brief introduction. So I'm Sandhya Rao, working as an assistant professor at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. And in this lecture, we're going to cover the second unit of macroeconomics as per the syllabus of MBU. And these are the topics that we're going to cover in the subsequent lectures. So first of all, we'll be dealing with macro analysis of consumer behavior, in which we'll be studying about cyclical and secular consumption. Then the income consumption relationship, in which we'll be studying three theories, vis-a-vis the absolute theory, the relative theory, and permanent income theory. Then we'll be doing the simple Keynesian model of income determination and multiplier analysis. So moving on, in this unit, the first topic that we're going to do is consumer behavior. Okay, how a consumer actually behaves and what is the pattern, or on what basis a consumer consumes the certain things in the economy. Okay, so consumer behavior can be defined as the act of individuals, which are consumers, directly involved in obtaining, in using and disposing of the economic goods and services, including the decision process that precedes and determine these acts. Okay, so in this, what we're going to do exactly is that, when a consumer actually goes and buys something, what exactly goes into his mind before he make that decision. Okay, so what are the things that precede these economic actions, and what exactly are the things that determine these acts? What triggers the mind of a consumer that he's willing to buy a certain thing? So in a nutshell, we can say that these are the following factors which actually affect the consumer behavior. So the culture has a bearing upon the consumer behavior. Also, the society plays a very important role. Then there are certain personal factors which affect the consumer behavior, and there are certain psychological factors. So culture and social can be said to can be called as external factors, and personal and psychological can be called as internal factors. Okay. So when we talk about culture, the thing is that there are certain beliefs, and there are certain customs, there are certain faith and rituals, and there are different languages. So these all things frame the culture. So people belonging to different culture have different consumer behavior. Okay, Indians have a different culture. Americans have a different culture. Chinese have a different culture, and similarly Japanese have a different culture. So based on these differences in culture, our consuming habits are different, our behavior is different, and again, then it becomes even more important to study the consumer behavior more crucially. The next thing that affects the consumer behavior is the society. Society as in आपकी society में जो लोग रहते हैं, as in the groups that we have formed, because obviously we are humans are basically animals. Okay, हम लोग animals हैं, and थोड़ा सा rational होते हैं. We use our mind also, unlike the जो animals आपके जो pet होते हैं या जो जंगल में जो forest में होते हैं, उनसे हमारे बीच में थोड़ा सा difference यही होता है that we can think, and we can think more rationally. So हमारी भी ये प्रवृत्ति है that if we feel that someone is having similarities with us, हमारा कुछ thought process match कर रहा है, then we tend to be more close to that person and we form certain groups. So people come together when they feel that they are all like-minded, and their goal is same or their aim is same. So with that also, those groups also have a bearing on the consumer behavior. Let's say हम family में रहते हैं, family is a group of people living together. Now our family also affects how we conduct ourselves and how what our buying habits are. So all these things have a bearing upon our consumption behavior. So the family has a bearing, then the reference group and the peer group, all these form society. Okay, so इन सबका हमारे ऊपर एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा like effect होता है. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज पर्सनल फैक्टर्स. पर्सनल फैक्टर्स एज इन देखिए, आपका खुद का भी एक ऑक्यूपेशन है, लाइक आपकी लेवल ऑफ इनकम है, दे आल्सो हैव अ बेयरिंग अपॉन द कंजम्पशन. इफ यू फील दैट यू हैव लोअर इनकम, तो आप उसी हिसाब से अपनी कंजम्पशन को रखोगे. एंड इफ यू फील दैट यू हैव अ हायर इनकम, देन ऑब्वियसली यू विल गो फॉर हायर, और यू कैन से एक्सपेंसिव गुड्स. ठीक है. Likewise, your age also have a bearing. आप किस age को belong करते हो? Obviously, if you belong to a younger age, if you are a teenager, then obviously your buying habits will be different from an old person. ठीक है? Now, again, then आपका lifestyle भी matter करता है. If your lifestyle is very lavish and you are very fond of expensive things and आपका living of standard is very high, then in that case your buying habits will be different from a person whose living standard is low. The next thing is psychological factors. Psychology, as in which has something to do with your brain. Okay, जो आपकी brain या nerve system को जो affect करता है, that have a huge impact on our buying behavior, and it's very internal. ठीक है, ये हर person के लिए different होता है. It's very internal, and it determines your belief system, आपका attitude, आपका perception, how you perceive certain thing will define how whether you're going to buy it or not. ठीक है, ये मेरा अपना personal lookout हो सकता है that I may not like something. ठीक है, तो I will not go for it. For example, let's say अगर मुझे कोई चीज खरीदनी है, let's say I want to buy a new smartphone. I have this belief that Androids are not worth it, or they are like अच्छे नहीं होते as compared to iOS. So that's a personal belief. That's something that has to do with my psychology. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि वो एंड्रॉइड जो होते हैं वो खराब होते हैं, आईफोन जो होते हैं वो ज्यादा बेटर होते हैं. इट्स जस्ट अ मैटर ऑफ साइकोलॉजी. सो अगेन ये चीज मेरी बाइंग हैबिट्स को जरूर डिटरमाइन कर रही है, उसको जरूर अफेक्ट करती है. ठीक है, एंड इट्स वेरी पर्सनल. So this is how it goes. So there are number of things which impact or which affects the consumer behavior. Okay, and that is why it becomes very important to study all these factors in a very effective way. Okay, so when we are talking about economy, we have understood that there are a lot of things that have an impact, or that have a bearing upon the consumer behavior. Now, what becomes more important is that how, or on what basis, or you can say how do they actually quantify the level of effect. Okay, ये कितना affect करते हैं और exactly इनको हम कैसे quantify कैसे करते हैं, that is what we are going to study here. So for that, let's start with the word consumption. What exactly is this consumption? अभी मैंने just आपको बोला कि consumption behavior, consumer behavior affect करता है, consumption habit हमारी buying habits को affect करता है. तो what exactly is this consumption? So consumption is the value of goods and services bought by the people. जो हम consume कर रहे हैं, जो हम खरीद रहे हैं, that is consumption. Now, individual buying acts are aggregated over the time and space, and that is what we call the entire consumption function. अगर एक इंडिविजुअल की बात करें, पहली बात हम मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक स्टडी कर रहे हैं, सो वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट वन इंडिविजुअल, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द एंटायर इकोनॉमी. सो दैट इज व्हाई whatever is being consumed by the people of any economy is added up, and that entire thing is known as aggregate consumption. ठीक है, एक पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम पे आपने कितना कंज्यूम किया है, जो भी इंडिविजुअल्स हैं उन सब ने कितना कितना कंज्यूम किया है, when we add it we get the total consumption. Okay, so this is nothing but the value of goods and services that have been bought by the people. Okay, now this is the consumption function. This was given by the Keynes, John Maynard Keynes, and he states that consumption is basically a function of income, which means that the consumption depends upon the level of income. Now we all know this, that if our income is increasing, then obviously our consumption will also increase. Which means if let's say my income is 100 rupees right now, and my consumption is let's say 30 rupees. Okay, अगर मैंने income बढ़ा दी अपनी, and let's say my income now is 200 rupees, so definitely my consumption will increase. Okay, it might get 40, it might be 50 now. ठीक है, तो मेरी consumption जो है वो भी increase होगी definitely. So this means that our consumption depends upon the level of income. Okay, now tell me one thing, is it possible that even if there is no income you are not going to consume anything? ऐसा हो सकता है? Is it possible? I'll give you a scenario. Let's say खाने पीने की जो चीजें होती हैं उस पे जब आप पैसा खर्च करते हो, that is also consumption. Now even if there is no income with you, Are you not going to eat anything till the time you're going to earn anything? जब तक आपकी कोई income नहीं होगी तब तक क्या आप भूखे सोओगे? That's not possible, right? So this means that even when there is no income, consumption will be there. It means कि आपकी zero level of income पे भी कुछ ना कुछ consumption definitely होगी ही होगी. So there are two kinds of consumption. Okay, we have divided the consumption function into two parts. One which is known as autonomous consumption, and the second one is known as induced investment. So if you could see in the second equation, I have written C, which is equal to C dash plus small c multiplied by capital Y. Now, this C dash is known as autonomous consumption, which means the level of consumption which is happening, or the consumption which is happening at zero level of income, ठीक है, which is not affected by the level of income. ये वो कंजम्पशन है जो आप, अगर आपकी इनकम जीरो भी है तब भी आप करोगे ही करोगे. स्पेशली ये आपकी नेसेसरी आइटम्स पर ये पैसा जो है वो खर्च होता है आपका. तो कंजम्पशन जो है वो कभी भी हम ये अज्यूम करते हैं कि वो जीरो नहीं होगी. ठीक है, देयर विल बी सम अमाउंट ऑफ कंजम्पशन, देयर विल बी सम कंजम्पशन हैपनिंग इवन व्हेन देयर इज नो इनकम. ठीक है, चाहे वो आपकी पास्ट सेविंग से करी हो आपने कंजम्पशन, या किसी भी तरीके से करी हो, वो कंजम्पशन होगी ही होगी. ठीक है, तो व्हेन आई से कि आपके पास, अब आप ये कहोगे कि मैम अगर इनकम ही नहीं है तो फिर हम कंज्यूम करेंगे कहाँ से, हमारे पास पैसे कहाँ से आएंगे. दिस बेसिकली मीन्स कि आप अपनी पास्ट सेविंग्स को यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो. ओके, दिस मीन्स यू आर यूजिंग योर पास्ट सेविंग्स. Now, the next thing is induced investment. Now, what is this induced investment? Induced means something which is depending upon something. Okay, when you derive something out of another thing. So, induced consumption is when the induced consumption is that part of consumption which depends upon the income. तो जो आपकी income पर जो consumption depend करती है वो आपकी induced investment है. ठीक है, एंड उसको आप कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हो? द स्मॉल सी डिनोट्स द मार्जिनल प्रोपेंसिटी टू कंज्यूम. तो ये आपको बताता है कि आपका कितना क्वांटम जो है वो आपका इनकम का कंजम्पशन में जाता है. व्हिच मींस if there is a 1 unit change in income, then what is the change in consumption that is going to happen? Okay, so this is percentage change in consumption divided by percentage change in income. Okay, and Y, which is the national income. So as I've already told you what marginal propensity to consume is, and the formula is change in consumption upon delta Y, and this delta means change. Okay, so MPC varies by income level, and MPC is typically lower at higher income. Now what this means, that at higher level of income the MPC is low. What does it mean? जब आपकी इनकम जो है ना वो ज्यादा बढ़ने लग जाती है तो आप उस पेस से अपनी कंजम्पशन को इंक्रीज नहीं करते हो. लेट्स से इफ at 100 rupees income, with the income of 100 rupees, I am consuming 3 chapatis. Now, if my income have increased to 200 rupees, I am not going to consume 6 chapatis. Okay, मेरी consumption जो है वो maybe 4 हो जाए but 6 नहीं होगी. और let's say कि अभी 100 rupees के साथ you were consuming 4 chapatis. So अब आप अगर income आपकी 200 हो जाती है तो you are not going to consume 8 chapatis. ठीक है, that's practically not possible. So it means कि with an increase in the income, the consumption does not increase with the same rate. यहाँ पे 100 से 200 इनकम जब हुई तो 100% चेंज आया, बट यू आर नॉट इंक्रीजिंग योर कंजम्पशन 100%. ठीक है, आप 4 का 8 चपातीज नहीं करने वाले इन एनी केस. या तो वो आपकी 4 ही रहेगी या फिर आप थोड़ा बहुत चेंज कर दोगे. ठीक है, 4 का आपने 5 कर दिया, 6 कर दिया, बट नॉट 8. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाई द MPC falls when the income rises. Okay, so if I give you this example, it will become more clear to you. Or let's okay, yeah, fine. Okay, so income is being given in the first column. It's 0, 10, 20, 30 and 40. Consumption is 20, 25, 30, 35 and 40. Okay, now we have to calculate C dash, we have to calculate MPC, and we have to calculate APC as well. APC is the average propensity to consume, which is nothing but consumption upon income. Okay, so if you could see here, yeah, if you could see here, then the consumption that happens at zero level of income is known as autonomous consumption. So here we can see that when income is zero, the consumption is 20. It means that the autonomous consumption is 20, and this autonomous consumption will remain same at all the levels of income. So it's 20 in all the rows. Okay. Now we have to calculate the MPC, which is marginal propensity to consume, which means change in consumption divided by change in income. So let's see how we have done it. So first thing is consumption at zero level of income is known as C dash, which is 20. Now change in consumption. Now how we are going to calculate the change in consumption is, see, you see the two figures here. कोई भी आप दो consequent years की figures जो है वो ले सकते हो, या consequent periods की दो figures ले सकते हो. We can either take 25 and 20. We can either take 30 and 25. We can either take 35 and 30, or we can take 40 and 35. ठीक है? So I have taken 25 and 20, यानी कि first and second period मैंने लिया है. So 25 minus 20, which means C1 minus C0. हमेशा जो आपका new period है उसमें से आप previous period की consumption को deduct करोगे to know the change. This gives you the absolute change. So आपका absolute change आया है 5 का. ठीक है? 5 rupees से आपकी जो consumption है वो कम हो गई है. Next thing is you have to calculate the absolute change in income. Similarly, we'll do it for income also. So here you can see that earlier the income was 0 and now it has changed to 10, which means there's a change of 10 rupees. Okay, so income have changed by 10 rupees. Now marginal propensity to consume is equal to delta C divided by delta Y. Delta C is 5 and delta Y is 10. So 5 by 10 gives you 0.5, which means our MPC is 0.5. It means कि हमारी income अगर 1 रुपए से 1 यूनिट से बढ़ती है तो हमारी कंजम्पशन जो है वो 0.5 से बढ़ेगी. ठीक है? हाफ. So in the same example, the question here is that you have to calculate the consumption at an income level of 50. अब हमें यहाँ तक जो शेड्यूल दिया हुआ है वो सिर्फ 40 लेवल इनकम तक है. अब हमें कैलकुलेट करना है कंजम्पशन एट 50 रुपीज इनकम. ठीक है? So what will we do? We'll put the figure in the formula. This is the formula, C dash plus small c into y. Okay, so here the y, which is income, is given as 50 rupees. Marginal propensity to consume is already given to us, which is 0.5, and c dash, which is the autonomous consumption, is 20. So we have put the figures in the formula and c comes out to be 45, which means that at an income level of 50 the consumption will be 45. Okay, now if you look at the last column, we are given APC, which is C upon Y. So we can calculate it for all the levels. We just have to divide consumption by income. In the first row, I have not written anything because there is no base period. There is no base figure. So we cannot calculate the APC and MPC in that case. So starting with the second row, consumption is 25, income is 10. So 25 divided by 10 gives us 2.5 as the APC. Now, with the consumption as 30 and income as 20, we get an APC of 1.5. And with consumption 35, income 30, we get an APC of 1.16. So you can see that, you know, APC is also falling here. So if you could see the diagram, the red line shows us the consumption function. Okay. And this green line is the 45-degree line, is made at a slope of 45, and this is the income line. Okay, and if you could see this blue line, this is autonomous consumption, which means income which is there at zero level of income. Okay, so if you could see that even when the income is zero, there is some amount of consumption which is happening. Okay, until this point. Okay, I'll just show you. If you could see this one. If you could see this, then this entire triangle is known as this savings. Because here, if you could see, the consumption line. The red line is above the green line. Green line is the income line and red line is the consumption, which means consumption is more than the income. And why is it so? Because we have certain requirements that we have to fulfill. You know, कुछ ऐसे खर्चे होते हैं which we cannot ignore. So even when the income is less, even when the income is zero, the consumption will still be there. So this represents this savings because हमने यहाँ पे अपनी पुरानी savings जो है वो consume कर ली हैं. There is no savings now. So this rectangle, this triangle is known as this savings. And if you could see where the red line and green line are touching each other, जो इनका tangent point है, जहाँ पे जो इनका intersection point है, that is known as break-even point. Okay, when the income equals to the consumption. At that level, there is zero savings. कोई savings नहीं है उस point पर. After this point, if you could see, the income line, the green line is above and the consumption line is below. This means that यहाँ पे consumption जो है वो कम हो रही है, income जैसे जैसे बढ़ रही है, consumption उस level से increase नहीं हो रही है. And the reason for this is that a rational consumer always tend to save when the income is increasing. Okay, हम अपनी सारी income को consume नहीं करते हैं, we also save a part of it, and that is why our consumption does not rise with the same pace as the income is increasing. Okay, so let's do these examples. So we have to calculate the consumption level for income at 1,000 rupees crores if the consumption function is given as this: 300 plus 0.5 into y. Okay, now here 300 represents the level of autonomous consumption. 0.5 is the slope, or you can say marginal propensity to consume. Now here we'll simply put the figure 1,000 in y and we get the figure 800 crores as the consumption. Okay. Second numerical is find out the income level when consumption is 1,200 crores and the consumption function is given to us. So here again we'll put the figures in the same formula. C equals to C dash plus small c into y. Now here C, the capital C consumption, total consumption is given as 1,200 crores and 100 is our autonomous consumption plus 0.5, which can be written as 5 by 10 also, multiplied by y. Now we'll take 100 on the right side and we'll get 1,100, which is equal to 0.5 y, and y will be equal to 1,100 multiplied by 2. So this gives us 2,200 crores. Okay, this is the level of income. So these were very simple examples. So now these are the questions that you're going to do now. So you have to tell what is the relationship between marginal and average propensity to consume in the standard Keynesian consumption function. Okay. Second, you have to differentiate between saving